Hello, students. We're going to review how to convert a linear equation that is in standard form to slope-intercept form. Hola, estudiantes. Vamos a revisar cómo convertir una ecuación lineal que está en forma estándar a la forma pendiente-intercepción. Standard to slope-intercept standard to slope-intercept standard to slope-intercept standard to slope-intercept. Estándar a pendiente-intercepción. Estándar a pendiente-intercepción. Estándar a pendiente-intercepción. Estándar a pendiente-intercepción. Move the x, divide the y. Don't forget you have to simplify. Move the x, divide the y. Don't forget you have to simplify. Mover la x, dividir el y. Y no olvidar que hay que simplificar. Mover la x, dividir el y. Y no olvidar que hay que simplificar. A linear equation has a regular x and a regular y. They will not be squared, cubed, or raised to any other power other than 1. They can be written in 3 different forms: standard, slope-intercept, and point slope. They are 3 different arrangements of the same equation. Today we're going to focus on rearranging an equation that is in standard form to slope-intercept form. Una ecuación lineal tiene una x regular y y regular. No serán cuadrados, cubicados o levantados a ninguna otra energía aparte de 1. Pueden ser escritos en 3 formas diferentes: estándar, pendiente intercepto y pendiente punto. Son solo 3 arreglos diferentes de la misma ecuación. Hoy vamos a enfocarnos en reorganizar una ecuación que esté en forma estándar a pendiente forma de intercepción. Mover la x, dividir el y. Y no olvidar que hay que simplificar. Mover la x, dividir el y. Y no olvidar que hay que simplificar. Standard to slope-intercept standard.
We're going to rearrange this linear equation that is given to us in standard form into slope-intercept form. This is also known as solving for y. The first step is to move the x. But what do you mean, move the x? Where are we moving it to? And why do we need to move it? Do we have to move it first? These are all great questions that I'm glad you asked. It is imperative that we first recognize that there are 2 sides to every equation. There's a left side and a right side. And they must always remain equal so that we can never make a change to one side without making the exact same change to the other. So, when we're solving for y, we're always going to eliminate the x term first. Because in standard form, the x term is always either adding to or subtracting from our y term. So that means we're going to stop the x term from adding to or subtracting from our y term first. In our case, we have 3 x's that are adding to our 4 y's. Therefore, we're going to subtract 3 x's from both sides of our equation to keep it balanced. And we're left with 4y equals 16 minus 3x. Now keep in mind, this is equivalent. It's exactly the same to what we had before, because we've reduced both sides of our equation by 3 x's. That's why the positive 3x is gone from the left side, but is now showing up on the right side as if we're subtracting it. We're just rearranging the form of the equation while keeping both sides of it equal. I hope you understand what I'm saying. Next, we divide the y. Now, what do I mean by that? I mean that with standard form, the y term is always being multiplied by some constant number, even if the number is the invisible number 1. It's always being multiplied by a number. Therefore, in order to undo that multiplication, we must divide the y term by the exact same amount that we're multiplying it by. Does that make sense? In our example, y is being multiplied by 4. So, guess what? We're going to divide it by 4. You guessed it. And as always, if we divide everything on the left side of our equation by 4, we must divide everything on the right side of our equation by 4 also. And so the last step is to simplify. That means each term must be reduced to its lowest terms. For example, 4 divided by 4, the 4's cancel out and it's equal to 1. And so we're left with 1y. There's that invisible number again. We bring our equal sign down, and moving from left to right, our next term is 16 divided by 4, which is 4. We keep our subtraction sign, and last but not least, we see that our last term, 3/4x, cannot be reduced any further. So we bring it down also. And we're left with y equals 4 minus 3/4x, which is the same as y equals negative 3/4x plus 4. The slope-intercept form of our original equation. We just rearranged an equation that was given to us in standard form into slope-intercept form.